So there's this controversy on Twitter, which is going on right now, where people are going absolutely crazy over small videos like this, which generate quite a significant amount of engagement. I mean, as you can see here, it's got like 24 million interactions. And it shows these women who are not real, they are AI fabrications, in settings that you would expect to see from the 1940 America. So they're very traditional, conservative. It's not degrading in any way. It's not like the music industry or like OnlyFans. Like they're not showing their plump asses. They're not dressed very provocatively. Instead, they are dressed very traditionally. And this is enough in order to get people on Twitter absolutely livid, like absolutely insane. So the first people that are very angry about this are the activists, right? Because they are taking AI women are women, which is a trans activist thing. They do not like their stuff being used by other people, right? Like they have created intellectual property when it comes to their chants, and they do not appreciate someone else using the same slogan for something completely different, right? Absolutely different. It has nothing to do with, okay. Now, the other group of people who are upset seem to be the feminists, and they're actually upset for multiple reasons. The first reason that they are upset is that this allows for the market to show what they actually prefer. You see, there is this stereotype that men like everything with the poles, that men are incredibly perverted, that they prefer to see plump asses and big tits. And while this is true to some extent, there are also men that genuinely like what your grandfather liked. Or in some cases, what your father liked. Like, they're very traditional. So they like people that maintain dignity, that dress in a way that's not provocatively, that are not filled with tattoos and piercings. And there is like an image of the woman making toast, right? So like she's a housewife. And this is what those men prefer. And those men go to these videos and they give a heart, they give a like. And because there's so many of them, it traumatizes people that are feminists. And they're basically saying, no, you're wrong. This is not what you like. What you like is the music industry. You like Beyonce shaking her ass in front of your television. You like OnlyFans girls. You like women from liberal campuses with piercing and tattoos and half-shaven heads and blue hair. Like, that is what you like. Come to your senses. Stop being ridiculous. Because there is absolutely no way you like something like this. It is impossible. The only reason you would like something like this is because you are an oppressor. You want to oppress this lady. Right? So they're going with this narrative that the only reason that men like traditional women is because they're oppressors. Like, I particularly never understood this narrative because I'm trying to put myself into their shoes. And I'm living in this universe filled with Nikkeis, like these girls that are absolutely gorgeous and they have like big fat tits and plump asses. And they're all very rich, wealthy, charismatic. And I get to marry one. But the thing is, like, when you marry one, you can't actually go to work. You gotta stay home and be a house husband and raise the kids. And you need to make sure that you're cooking for her every single time she comes home. You make love to her. And you gotta be a faithful husband. But, like, you're not allowed to work, right? I don't see that as oppression. Like, I'm sorry. I'm definitely struggling to imagine, like, how oppressive such a life must be. But I just don't see it. Especially when you compare it to how modern life is, right? So, like, what is modern life? Well, modern life, you go to a corporation, you flip the burgers at McDonald's, you spend there, like, 12, 11 hours a day making minimum wage. You barely have time to see your children. You get no maternity leave. I don't see, like, how this is desirable. But the thing is, like, okay, maybe it is for some people, right? Like, maybe some people find actually working for the clown at McDonald's liberating. And that's fine, but the fact that they're freaking out and they're imposing this worldview on other people, like they are afraid that other people do not agree with their worldview, and they believe that if they gaslight, if they force other people to say that their worldview is the best, then somehow this validates it, is absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, this is just like one type of feminists that are upset. The other group of feminists that are upset are the ones who are reading this article where tech executives predict that AI girlfriends would create a $1 billion business model. And I think they're downplaying it. I think it will be actually more than $1 billion, especially with the Bidenomics and inflation. Um, but basically, what it is that you can make your anime girl, right? Like you can create your anime waifu. You can have your Eleg on the phone with her personality, and you can just talk with her, and she asks you like, "How was your day? How are you feeling?" etc., etc. And you have a lot of feminists that are absolutely shocked about this technology, and they genuinely think that this will replace women. And I guess if you believe the worldview that porn can also replace women, like men do not date women because they watch porn, like if you believe in that mental deficiency, then this may also make sense. But take into account that the AI girlfriend cannot make children. So like all of a sudden you realize, oh wait a little bit, women are actually irreplaceable. But then you would have to come to terms with the fact that making children is actually something incredibly valuable that women have, and no one else can take it away from them. But even then, even if you take the children out of the equation, right, and you do not think that marriage has the purpose of making kids, or you do not believe that there is value in having a child that you help grow up and you send to university and you watch with pride and admiration as they become a productive member of society, like you really do not like that lifestyle, like even then, women have more to offer than what an AI girlfriend does. If you don't think otherwise, you are the one demeaning yourself. And I also find it funny because like you get this AI girlfriend thing, right? And women say that this is dehumanizing, but women have actual sex toys. Like the sex toy industry is a $1 billion industry for a reason. It's because people buy it. Like if women would not buy sex toys, the sex toy industry wouldn't exist. So while I don't know like the individual woman, what she buys and how much she gets, I do know that women as a whole, as a percentage wise, must purchase these things because otherwise the industry wouldn't exist. Now, when you look at sex toys, they're very dehumanizing, right? Like it's not even the entire man. It's not even mixed with his personality. It's literally just the genital organ. Like nothing is more dehumanizing than that. And for some reason, men don't seem to get upset, right? But when it comes to like this, oh my goodness, oh, it is so over. It is so over, fam, right? Like absolutely ridiculous, absolutely bizarre. But the more interesting thing is like, why do men want this? Why would a man want an AI girlfriend anyway? And the reason for this is because most of these feminists do not know, they have no idea how it is like to be a man. Like if you're a woman and apparently according to studies it shows, and the study was something that it bewildered me, but apparently every week like the average woman, the average looking woman is getting around 100 to 200 requests for dating online every week. And it's like, wow, that is insane. Like, can you imagine what it does to a person's ego? Like, again, if you live in the world where all the women are smoking hot and you get like 100 to 200 requests every single week, imagine what that does to your ego, right? So they probably assume that is the same for men, but it's not. Like when it's for men, you get 100 to 200 rejections every week. And again, imagine what that does to your ego. And it's not about sex. Like men just want to go out and, they want to go to the park. They want to hold hands. They want someone that when they come home and they talk about their problems, that other person listens and understands and shows compassion. That's what men want. And if they can't get it because they're single, and if they're single, they also get mocked and ridiculed by society because they're involuntary celibate. Like, how dare you be involuntary? Like, why aren't you with someone? What is wrong with you? Are you broken? Are you defective? Right? So like when men get that, they fall into depression. And one way to get out of depression would be with a trained psychologist, right? Where you spend a lot of money in order to have like a person just listen to your complaints and grievances. Or you can use an AI. So you're using this, right? And the men that feel depressed, they have someone to listen to. And it's because they have no one else. And you're looking at this with ire. You're looking at this like, how dare they? They're already depressed. They're already down. Like, again, a man that's confident, a man that's doesn't suffer from depression is very less likely to use something like this. But you're already looking at a human being that's suffering, and they're trying to cope with their suffering by using this, and you're like, no, it needs to be taken away from them. This is awful. This is evil. And the thing is, like, it's almost like you want them to keep lusting after people that do not want to reciprocate. Like you want them to keep going on social media, on Facebook, on Tinder, to keep asking, to keep trying to communicate and trying to form a connection with people that have no interest in forming it. And I disagree with this, right? Now, there's also other people that say, well, this is going to go to the lowering of the birth rates. If you have a market where people are applying for jobs constantly, like massive numbers of people are applying for jobs, but the companies just refuse to hire, the problem isn't with the people applying for jobs. Even if the people applying for jobs would spend their time at home watching movies with people that are employed and how it's like to live the employed lifestyle, and they would have like their AI bosses and they would role play as if they have a job, right? That's not going to influence the unemployment numbers. Like, you taking away that from people is not going to cause employment numbers to go up. No, the problem is with the companies. Like, unless the companies changes their hiring practices, the number of unemployment is going to remain the same. But again, like, this is how our society functions. Unironically, I do view dating the same as the job market, because at the end of the day, dating is very similar to a job interview, if you think about it. It's like two people, right? One person wants to apply, the other person decides whether or not they hire. And it seems to be imbalanced on the side of the people doing the hiring right now, right? Just like corporations have more power because they are the ones that decide which applicants get in and which one get rejected. And when you look at the job market, yeah, there's a lot of supply. Like, if you're talking about 200 requests for dating per week, then obviously there's a lot of supply. And the demand is actually lower. So like, attacking the supply, attacking the people that are looking for jobs constantly in order to lower the unemployment is not a very effective tactic, nor is it a logical one. But let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.